Hey everyone, it's Kim Adams, and I'm here for our weekly Monday Money Talk. And today I wanted to talk a little bit and address specific needs and concerns of women in creating health because we have some special needs and motivations. And part of what I love to do is help women with creating wealth, and I've had a little bit of an identity crisis lately. Anybody can relate with that. So I've been targeting a lot of my marketing towards entrepreneurs and business owners. And then I realized, most of my adult life, I was an employee and a part-time one at that. So I started realizing, you can create wealth whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, or whether you're an employee and you've done it the traditional route. So I've decided to help people with creating wealth, and that really resonates more with me because I really have been able to create it working part-time for most of my adult life, which is pretty amazing. So I've been able to create something that's really disproportionate to how much time and energy I devoted to it. And I really want to help people with that because creating wealth is a mindset, and that's why you can do it regardless of how you do it. You don't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur or a business owner. So I've shifted my marketing and my focus a little bit more. And so to address some of the concerns that women have, that we as women do have, because the first thing I want to say is that we typically are still earning less. So historically, hopefully this is changing in the near future, but we still are earning about 25% less than men. Boo hiss. Hopefully that's changing. The second thing is we live longer. So when we're planning for our retirement and our financial plan, we have a longer lifespan that we have to cover, our finances have to cover us for. So that's another aspect that women have to be concerned with. The third thing is women are more likely to abdicate control and to push off the responsibility and let our husband or our partner take care of the finances. And that's a problem, right? Because you need to have the knowledge and you don't want to be this silent partner, this innocent spouse, as they call it in the tax world. You don't want to be an innocent spouse and not understand what's going on with your finances. So even if your husband, let's say, is managing the paying of the bills and managing the finances, it's still important for you to have regular meetings, understand what's going on. Because God forbid something happens to your husband or partner, and you're left in the dark and don't know anything about it. I was fortunate in my family growing up. My mother handled the finances. So as I was growing up, I looked, I had the role model of my mother who did manage things. So it wasn't, abnormal for me to take control. And since I went the financial route of my career, it kind of made sense too. When I was married, that I would handle the finances for the family. But for a lot of women, they don't handle the finances. And so I'm not saying that you have to. I'm just saying if you don't handle them, at least be aware and understand what's going on. Take an active role in understanding what's going on and planning for the future, for your financial future. The fourth reason we really need to take ownership of the finances and kind of be in control of our own financial destiny is that many times women still are on the short end or come out on the short end of the stick when it comes to a divorce. And so another reason why you have to be more in control. And the last reason is that, heck, we are in the time of women taking ownership of their life in general. So newsflash, the patriarchy's over, girlfriends, and it's time to integrate our masculine, our divine masculine, along with our feminine. For guys, they have to integrate their divine feminine, but we're both, men and women, integrating both aspects of our personalities and our power. And so you don't want to be not in control. You want to take ownership and have some say and control over your destiny. So when you're setting goals and planning for your future, just make sure that they include your financial goals and your financial plan. It's really, really important. When I help clients set goals, setting financial goals and putting numbers to goals is really important. So that's part of the goal setting process. And, I've been a big goal setter most of my life, but I've also had a different approach to goal setting lately. So let me know if you're interested in that, and I'll talk about it some other time. But I think sometimes we haven't really tuned in to we really haven't focused on what we want. So we need to spend a little more time on understanding the underlying reason we want something, the essence of why we want it, and that includes your financial, wants and dreams too. So please feel free to ask me any questions about, specific needs for women in the financial area. One of the great books that I highly recommend to folks is David Bach's work, Traditional Finance Guide, but very good book. He wrote a series of books. This is one of his most famous books called Smart Women Finish Rich. And David was inspired by his grandmother and wrote the book in honor of her. So it's a really great book, very traditional book, but a lot of great wisdom in here. And he does get into some of the underlying emotional issues and how, it's not just about having money. He talks about how he quotes the Millionaire Next Door, which is also another awesome book. So in the Millionaire Next Door, it's got interesting information in there that will blow you away on who really does hold the wealth in the country. It's not typically people who you might think have the wealth. It's usually the plumber next door that's got the business that owns the wealth. So that's a very good book too. So Smart Women Finish Rich. And he has a series of books. So if you're trying to discuss finances with your husband or your partner, there's something called Smart Couples Finish Rich. So there's a whole series of books. But I highly recommend his work. And also read The Millionaire Next Door. It's very enlightening on who holds wealth and how to create wealth. So both books are awesome. Anyway, it's been great being with you. Hope this is helpful. If you're watching the replay, please feel free to chime in and type in any comments, and I'd be happy to address them for you. So until next time, Kim Adams, take care. Bye.